Yeah, Carlos and I have a lot in common. I mean, his father was also a migrant farm worker. So we share a lot of the value systems that we adopt ourselves as a result of our experiences with the parents that we had that were very common. And that's honest, hard work and serving people. And so I think that's the thing that Carlos and I share in common is that we're community driven. We work a lot with the community, and he certainly has demonstrated it both in the private and the public sector. And so I'm proud to call my friend, and we're very good friends, and we share the same value system. The first time I knew I wanted to be an astronaut, I was actually 10 years old, and it was 1972. If you could imagine a boy holding the rabbit ear antennas to improve reception and watching the very last astronaut who's ever walked on the moon, because no one else has gone back since then. Since I was 10 years old, we haven't been back to the moon. And this was none other than Gene Cernan walking on the moon. And man, was I mesmerized. I finally got selected. I get a phone call that says, congratulations, we welcome you to be part of the 19th class of astronauts. 19th class, dating back to the Gemini program. Here I was forming the 19th class of astronauts. Man, it felt like winning the lottery. 14 days in space, 14 days in space. We're continuously traveling at 17,500 miles an hour around the Earth. I think the total mileage was about 5.7 million miles during that 14-day mission. Well, Carlos and I go back a few years, and he's always been involved in the community. I met him when I was president of LULAC, League of United Latin American Citizens, and he worked very closely with the Latino community. Carlos has the tendency of working across the table. He likes to work with people and realizes that, you know, partisan politics is not the most effective way to get things done. A good example is the hospital, San Joaquin General Hospital, where, by the way, that's where I was born, so it's near and dear to my heart. But it's also near and dear to a lot of people, especially in the south side of Stockton, people that are more financially challenged. You know, that's a hospital where services are given, and Carlos did a great job at saving that hospital.
I was passionate about this hospital. We could not release or cut 3,000 jobs, but that wasn't the most important thing. The most important thing was to make sure that we kept this hospital open for our community, for those that didn't have insurance, or for those that lived in the district and it was closer to them. The county hospital paid back the $40 million that they owed the county. 2 years after leaving the board, that hospital is still standing strong.
I think it's very important for people to exercise their right to vote, because every vote counts. You just have to go back to the past presidential election in Florida when we had the Chad issue. I mean, every vote counts, and I think that's part of the problem here in the Central Valley is that the Hispanic community tends to have a lower voter turnout, and we need to get that vote out, and we need to elect more leaders like Carlos Villapudua. So on June 5th, everybody needs to get out and vote.